Hello and welcome. If you are new here, welcome. If you are returning, welcome back. Welcome to Crown Chat with Nichelle Miller. I'm your host, Nichelle Miller, also your Pure International Elite Miss Heartland USA. And I'm so excited to share with you tonight my special guest, as well as do a recap from my journey to internationals. Um, let's just kind of get into it, right? Because I know everybody wants to see the special guest more than they want to see me, and that's fair. So for those of you that have been following my journey or new to my journey, I recently competed as part of the Pure International pageant system and went to internationals, which is the next step after your national qualifying pageant. And this thing was huge. It had over 180 contestants. It had ladies from the United States as well as, United States, Mexico, Botswana, UK, Ireland, all over the world. So it truly was an international week, and it was amazing. It was absolutely amazing. So I just wanted to kind of tell you how that went, what's next, what happened while we were there, and just kind of give you a little peek into what's new in the world. So I did take notes because I don't want to miss anything. So for those of you that are unaware, Pure International is an amazing system. That's where this gorgeous crown is. It is faith-based, community service focused, and family oriented. So the entire week was around those three components, and was very inclusive for families, for littles, for husbands, just everybody to have a place there. So that's how the journey went, or that's how it started. So I left on I think Wednesday. We loaded up the car about 5 a.m. and headed out. I rode with my director from Bloomington, Indiana, and her name's Miss Claudia. So, hey, Miss Claudia. So we loaded up the car and we headed down. And our plan was to drive to Macon, Georgia, I think. I think our plan was to go kind of a halfway point. But we were in the car and we were just driving and feeling good. And we looked at each other and was like, let's push it. Let's go all the way. So we drove the entire, I don't know, 12, 14 hours in one stretch, which was really cool. So got to the hotel, super exhausted, of course. And then you realize how much stuff is in the car. So it was myself, Miss Claudia, and then one of my Sash sisters, Zoe. So we had crowns, we had dresses, we had costumes, we had all this stuff in the car that we had to get unloaded. So that was the start. That was, I think, Wednesday night. I think that was Wednesday night. So then Thursday was kind of just a chill, get settled in day, go to the grocery store, all that little stuff, just kind of woosah. And then Friday was more of the same. More people started to arrive. So it was kind of mingling, seeing people that you had connected with online actually show up in person. And it was so cool. We were at the Florida hotel, which was connected to, I think, the Orlando Mall. So you see all these crowns like walking around in sashes. And it was really, for me, a fangirl moment as I got to see people that I had been watching throughout the year. So super excited about that. Then everything began. So we started with, on Saturday, we had registration. So by age group, you actually went to kind of just check in and turn in anything you were submitting. If you were submitting anything for photogenic or artisan, they had so many optional categories. So if you do any kind of craft, there's something for you. So people were turning in their artisan projects and taking pictures, and there were interviews, and there was just like hubbub all the time. Which was great. And then after that, we had what they called a Celebrate the World party. So it was basically just kind of getting to meet everybody, getting to meet your age division, getting to share your Be the Impact project, which if you're not aware, you should be if you watch me. Mine is the Power to Dream, which is about empowering girls and women to pursue their goals no matter their environment or resources. And that's kind of what my monthly programming targets, as well as some other projects that I do. But anyway, so we did that. And got to meet your age division. In my age division, there were, I believe, 25 registered, and I think 23 actually came for competition, which is normal. You usually have a number, and then due to different things, some people don't make it. So there were 23 of us in the Elite Miss division that I got to meet from different states, countries, which is really cool. And then we had rehearsal. So imagine trying to get, I think the number was 189. So 189 women from ages 5 and up lined up to be on stage to make this amazing production. And I don't know how, but they have such a streamlined process that it was like seamless. It was awesome. So we had rehearsal for lineups and different events, and then we had dance rehearsal. So we had an opening number dance, which was fun. So got through that. And then that night, optionals started. So they had personality of the year and modeling. And I actually competed in the casual wear modeling, which is very unlike me because I'm not the modelly type. But I did that night. And then the next day, there were more optionals. So there were talents as far as like singing and dancing. And I mean, there were some amazing, amazing, talented women. There were some duets and dancing and partner dances and clogging and comedy. Like there was a little, I think she was 5 that did the cutest little comedy act. There was magic from Miss Peggy. There were so many things. So all this is happening. That was Sunday. And then we had our welcome party, which was amazing because it was, of course, Disney themed since we were going to Disney that week. And so, of course, you can guess who I dressed as. Cinderella. So that was Sunday. And then everything really kicked off, I guess, officially on Monday. So Monday was the costume competition, which is where each contestant was to wear a costume that represented their region, their country. And oh my gosh, some of the costumes, I don't know how people got them there. I mean, there were these huge wings and feathers, and there was a Liberty Bell and so many things. And hopefully y'all watched some of this online, so you got to see it. So all that happened. So we had the juniors in the morning, and that was the littles up through the teenagers. And then in the evening we had, or the afternoon, I'm sorry, we had the miss through the seasoned divisions, our classy miss. And that's the division that I was in, the afternoon shows. Then we had awards. Oh. So at that first award ceremony, they awarded, I think it was all the optionals. So even though there were about 189 of us, there were some people that entered multiple things. So some people may have done a talent and a model and I mean, there were so many things going on. So anyway, that was awards night. And at that night I got, oh wait, wrong award. Hold on. I've got my awards in the wrong order, y'all. I'll try to do them right. Okay. So I received, it's kind of hard to see with the glare. There we go. I'm trying to get my camera to focus in on it. So I got the photogenic award, which I was really excited about. That was the one I really, really wanted. I think we all enter things and there's things we're like, I really, really want that one. So that one I was super excited about. But then, can y'all see that? Model winner for casual wear. Never, ever, ever expected this. So excited. So at optionals night, I got those 2 awards. So very excited. Okay, but there's more. So that was Monday. So then Tuesday was interview. Oh, wait, let me back up. Okay. So got there Wednesday, Thursday kind of chilled. Friday, the truck came. So Pure is so organized. They bring a huge U-Haul that had all the awards, all the things, draping for the stage, staging stuff, all this stuff. So I helped them load the truck Friday. Forgot that part. And then also probably Thursday, Friday-ish, started feeling kind of, ugh. And I thought it was allergy or sinus. This is going to be important as we go. So anyway, felt a little under the weather, starting probably over the weekend-ish. So, okay. Made it through Monday, awards. Tuesday was, wait, did I go out of order? Costume show, national wear. I think I've gone out of order. So we had interview Wednesday. Oh, formal wear. Okay. So then we had formal wear competition on Tuesday, I believe. My thing is out of order. So that was wearing the pretty dress and modeling, and that was fun. And seeing everybody's gowns. Beautiful, beautiful. That's probably my favorite part of competition outside of interview, because just seeing the glam and everybody's Cinderella moment. So formal wear. And then we had our celebration gala that night. So it was, I'm trying to think, was that the night we did games? We did Let's Make a Deal one night. It was so fun. So we had to wear, they called it wacky tacky nights. You wore crazy outfits. And if you ever watch Let's Make a Deal, then that's kind of the vibe of it. And there were all kinds of prizes. And they played some game called Bean Boozled. It was some bean game with jelly beans. And if you had like a certain color jelly bean, it could be one of 2 flavors. And that was great because most people got, I think only a couple people got good flavors and the other ones were gross. Like one was like slimy booger and one was like wet Band-Aid. It was really gross flavor. So that was fun. And that was hosted by Miss Brittany and Miss Addison. And that was hilarious. So hope we do that again. But so that was that night. And then the next night, yeah. So then that night, somebody very special flew in that I'd been waiting for the whole week. So I'll have him on in just a second. Are you ready? And I'll tell about Wednesday. Okay. So then Wednesday, which was the final official day of competition, was interview day. And that day, yeah, come on. I think interviews, started in the morning. And then we had our Derby luncheon. So that was by our Proverbs 31 women's group, which is focused on scholarships and mentoring and empowering women. And we have a Bible study, weekly devotional group, and it's really cool. But we had a Derby luncheon. So it was the big dresses and the Derby hats. That was cool. And then interview. So I think my interview was almost I had to be in the staging queue at like 4. And I think I probably interviewed her closer to 5. So then after that, we had a little piece of downtime. And then we had the Family Empowerment Festival, which someone special got to attend. I've got to turn my camera so you can be in it. Wait, are you scooching in? Scooch. Are you there? Okay. You good?
I'm good.
Can y'all hear the Mr. Miller? So first off, Mr. Miller's hard to get on camera. So y'all are getting a really special treat. Y'all are getting a really special treat tonight. And then he's going to tell, we're going to talk about what happened next. So that night, you got in what, Tuesday night?
Yes.
And then Stephanie and I came and picked you up.
Yeah, you guys picked me up. It was close to 11, 12-ish. So it was pretty late.
It was like midnight, picking him up from the Orlando airport. And they wouldn't let us park. So we had to keep circling. And they were like yelling and whistling at us. And you landed, but couldn't deplane. They wouldn't let you off.
Yeah, they kept us on the plane for some reason. They didn't tell us why. We just sat there for like 30 minutes.
So he's there, couldn't deplane. I didn't realize until after the fact that we had a curfew. Like we were supposed to be in the hotel. But I think it's okay. We were picking you up. So we got Mr. Miller picked up. We got back to the hotel. We ordered dinner.
Yes.
We tried to order pizza. Pizza was closed. We door dashed, and it was a hot mess. We tried to door dash Checkers.
Yeah.
Checkers, which is like Rallies here. And our food came. Y'all have to know me to appreciate this. So our food came. We ordered. I got wings. What'd you order?
I thought we both ordered like tenders, but they didn't have it.
They didn't have tenders, so we got wings, and then I took them out of the bag, and they fell all over our bed, which was white. So white duvet, white all, and I was like, oh. So we slept in a wing-sauced bed that night, which is funny because 2 days before you came there, I spilled juice on the bed. So I'd already had a new duvet. So that was a hoot. So then I had to call again and be like, yeah, I spilled wing sauce on the bed. Sorry. So we had to get a new bed. But anyway, okay. So then an interview. Then we had the Family Empowerment Festival, which was cool because it was dinner. We got to sit actually with the Millers, which are the founding family. So the Miller daughters and spouses and friends. And then there were more awards, which we had no idea. I didn't know what that event was going to be. So dressed all up and eating dinner and all the things. And they gave out an award. I think this happened first. So they gave out a Be the Impact Award, which was based on your community service project. So I had submitted mine. 189 people, you don't know what. And I won. So I won the Brittany Sayre Be the Impact Award, which was amazing to get this plaque from her. And if you know Brittany, or if you don't, you need to meet her. She's super sweet. Her and her mom, Susan, are incredible. So it was amazing and such an honor to get this from her. And then what really blew my mind, they were like, hey, we have a Family of the Year award, which I knew nothing about this. So we're just sitting there and we're like, okay. And it was the Miller family, us. And I was like, what? So we won the Family of the Year, which, you have to think about out of 189 families, for our family to win was huge, and we're a teeny family. But the way that I'm able to do so much of what I do is because of this guy right here. So thank you for that. But what was even better was that he had to go on stage. And he was so like, he doesn't do the stage thing. So thank you for that. So that's kind of the gist. Oh, wait, no. Okay, so then, and y'all, if y'all have any questions for Mr. Miller, please ask them. So then that was Wednesday night.
Yes.
So Thursday was Disney Day. So we had our little Disney shirts and our little shorts and our little backpacks, and we go down and we catch the bus to Disney at like 8 a.m. I think they had 7 buses to get all the families, all the contestants, to Disney World, which was awesome. And it was probably 500 degrees?
Felt like it. Felt like it.
It was so hot. It was crazy. So did Disney Day. First, of course, on my list was we had to see Cinderella. And then it was kind of whatever. So we hung out with my stash sister, Stephanie, and walked around and did some things. Did we ride anything?
No, we didn't get any rides.
Oh, we did Small World. We did It's a Small World.
Oh, I guess, yeah.
We ate.
Yes.
What else did we do? We did the Country Bear Jamboree.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the Hall of Presidents. I'm trying to think what else we did there. It was so hot. It was just, we did pictures, of course. But it was really hot. So we left a little early and then went back and just kind of vegged the rest of the night, didn't we?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then Friday was the finale of everything. So that was, I had to go down for a rehearsal for opening number. And well, first, I should kind of back up. Every day I had hair and makeup, like first thing in the morning. So I get up super early, go to hair and makeup with the diva of hair, Miss Kim Anderson, who is amazing. And she actually helped design my modeling outfit. We had to do some tweaking to it. So she helped with that. So shout out to her. So then Friday we went down. Well, I went down for rehearsal. He came down because he worked security. So he's all like Matrixy, John Wicky. Dressed, working security. We did opening number rehearsal. Again, we kind of did a walkthrough and then we lined up. And so it was line up, do opening number. Then you came back out by age group. And from there, they announced the top 10. So my goal was to make top 10 because it's my first international pageant. Didn't know what to expect. Plus, I was under the weather. So I was like, eh. So did make top 10, which was amazing. But then it was this mad dash. So it's like run up the service elevator, down to the dressing room, change into formal gown, come back down, and then line back up in the top 10 groups to do final modeling for crowning. So that was kind of, I guess, the gist of the week. And then after Friday, well, we flew home Saturday morning. So that was kind of our week. So what were your thoughts of the Pure week? I mean, we've done other systems and done other weeks, but I thought it was really organized.
Yeah, I thought it was organized. I like that there was option for avenues just to do other things. You weren't necessarily like just pageant and then that's it, because I know that can drain a lot of people when that's all they can focus on.
Yeah.
So I mean, because we're connected to the mall, so you could go to the mall, and then because you're really, I guess, relatively close in Florida, you could go to wherever you wanted to.
Yeah.
So I thought that was pretty nice.
Yeah, and I think that the staff and the atmosphere was very positive.
Oh yeah, they were very positive. I will say personally, as the, I guess, glorified chauffeur for a pageant queen, I didn't necessarily.
Not a chauffeur.
I didn't at any point feel uncomfortable being around the, I guess the best way to say is chaos of everything.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, yeah.
Stephanie. Hey, Stephanie. You got the sugars? You got snacks? I think for me personally, as a contestant, it was very positive. It was very empowering. But I love that, and this was one of the things I loved since I first met her, was Miss Pat didn't take mess. And when there was chaos or things kind of behind the scenes, she was like, I don't know where they got her from, but she was there and shutting it down. So I appreciated that. And I appreciated the organization and how things were scheduled. Like there was nothing that was just like, I don't know. Or I mean, everything was very to the minute because that's how I am. So I appreciated that. And then even our help, like unloading the truck, was appreciated. And then you helped reload the truck. And that was appreciated. So we've been at other places where it was just like, it was expected, or there was no consideration for your family time or being together as a family or the experience. So yeah. Stephanie said she's come to Jesus meetings. It's a warm family atmosphere. She does. Like she was in the makeup room, like shutting it down, like stop it. It was some craziness. So it was good. Question. Okay. So what were you most worried about competing in international? I think getting there were two things. So one was getting all of my stuff there because it's a lot. It was a lot of things because the standard competition pieces are interview, costume, formal gown, and the costume piece of it, getting it there was my most worried part. And even getting everything to Orlando because I drove down, he flew down. So he flew down with an empty suitcase so I could bring a bunch of stuff back, which was really helpful. But I think the costume piece of it, because there were some elaborate, like, I don't even know how people's necks were strong enough to hold some of the things they had. So I think that was probably my most worried about piece of it all. But I love what I had and what I wore. And I think it really represented my region well. So let's see. Any other questions? Any questions from y'all? We don't get Mr. Miller on here ever. Y'all better take advantage of him. Ain't he cute? See why I chose him? Well, I guess you chose me. Whatever. We'll go there another day. Let's see what else. Okay. So what I wanted to talk about too was what's next for me, I guess. So before I could even get back to my room after crowning and Laura said, back up, Laura. She said he's Denzel. Before I could even get back to my room and take my shoes off, which I was very eager to do, people were already texting me like, hey, are you competing again? Are you competing again? And my initial thought was, I don't know. And then I was like, yes. And then I thought about it. Oh, Miss Claudia, would you come back again to Pure?
I would, yeah.
Yeah.
I think you're asking like, would I come back with her or just do it? I mean, yes, I would.
Yeah.
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 I think that's what the question means.
Yeah, because he was protesting. He quit pageants last year. So to have him back.
I wouldn't say I was protesting. I just wasn't. I think it took her showing me what the pageant was about to kind of give in, because I've been in some previous pageant experiences with her where I just was uncomfortable. I'm already uncomfortable with the
he doesn't like the spotlight.
I don't like the spotlight at all.
No.
But I guess I'm kind of protective of my family. So I didn't like the way they treated the pageant girls or the husbands, and it was just very, very demeaning. That didn't sit right with me. So I was like, I don't know if I can keep doing this. But this pageant was, I think, the faith-based and the positivity. I was given a new try, I guess that's what I say.
And you got to be security.
Yes, I did.
And you were hyped. Like, you were so hyped about being security.
Yeah, I mean, I would much rather work than be spotlight. If I can help somebody do something and not be saying I'm all for it. Stepping on stage, that's a struggle for me. This is a struggle for me.
Miss Claudia said she's glad we were able to change your mind. And y'all, like, when I say Pure is organized and it's very systematic, I mean, it's all out of love. But like when they say they have security, like they're protecting the girls and the contestants. And I appreciate that because it's just not a safe world like it used to be. And especially with us being connected with the mall for this pageant, I always appreciate when he's there, but just knowing that there are security people there looking out for us was amazing. And then Miss Claudia's on, but her son is like spot on in keeping us all safe, as well as the dads and the husbands. So loved it. Okay, hang on, I've got some questions. Stephanie, how did you enjoy the ride back from the airport with her while driving? Are you talking
Oh,
about my? Are you talking about my navigating? Because that wasn't my fault. I turned around. I was talking. I was talking. So Stephanie drove us to and from the airport, and she's my friend. She's got snacks. Um, and I was the navigator, and I turned around briefly to talk to him, and then I missed our turn, and so now they're blaming that on me. I will not accept that. No. Okay, another question. Did Nichelle wear you out, Mr. Miller, with all the running? I don't think I ran you as much.
no, you didn't. And I think that was more. I greatly appreciate that, but I think that was more kind of shout out to the pageant system itself. When it's organized, it's so much easier on the husbands because when it goes in order, then you can plan. It's when something carries on 4 or 5 hours later, and then you have to check to see if they've eaten, and then there's fires,
Yeah.
hills broken, things like that, and you're driving across in a new state with no navigation to try to pick up things.
When you were shopping for pantyhose that year.
And another story, another day, getting pulled over by cops.
Oh, we're not doing that one.
Yeah,
Okay.
just,
Yeah. No, this one there was not as much run. You didn't have to worry about if I ate because I was
Nope.
good.
I enjoyed that.
I was good, and Miss Claudia made sure her girls ate, so we were in good hands. Oh, here's a good one. Oh, Laura said you're better than Denzel, but if you know a single Mr. Miller, let her know. I'm telling you, this one was I don't know. I wasn't even looking for this one. I was so blessed. Okay. Beth says, in your pageant journey as a hubby, what's your biggest takeaway? Oh, that's a good
Um, I think my biggest takeaway, and this kind of relates back to the family thing, I liked that going into it. Of course, I'm biased. I always think that she's the best at whatever she's gonna do. I felt that no matter what the end or what the outcome was, that she'd kind of be okay. There's there's been pageant systems in before where it's just very where the girls when they come out, you're like, hey, are you okay? Like it's more instead of a pageant system, it's more of a cat fight where you're you're concerned for your spouse. So I had no concern for her. I That was my biggest takeaway. That's all the weight off my shoulder. So I enjoyed that.
It's very kind. Thank you. Okay. So let's see. Making sure we got all our questions in. If there's any questions you have, please get them in. If you're watching this on the replay on YouTube, please make sure to subscribe and like. That's amazing. If you're checking us out on Spotify or Apple Podcast, please check us out on YouTube too, so you can see the video. Okay, so that was kind of my recap. Hair and makeup and friends and running to the mall and eating. And I feel like I ate all the time, but then when I came home, I had lost weight. But I think that was just all the running around that I was doing. What else? Oh, I almost forgot. So my sweet, sweet, sweet little Sash sister, usually she's on Eureka, like before every piece of competition would bring me a little Dove chocolate and give me a hug and tell me good luck. And that just meant the world. It was so sweet of her. And I have a picture of that. I need to do a picture dump. I kind of delayed everything because I got sick. So I'll load some pictures. But that meant the world to me. Meeting my pen pal. I have a little Sash sister that lives in Texas that I got to meet live. And she's a little rock star. Like I think she won like everything that was there. So shout out to Lily. The Fink sisters, I got to help them practice interview. That meant the world to me, just being able to be there for them and help calm their nerves and work through some stuff. Trying to think of what else. Hair and makeup from, like I said, from the hair diva, Miss Kim and Miss Quay were incredible. Oh, Samantha, Little Swiss Roll, shout out to her in hair and makeup. We had the best time, and Stephanie. So it was just a good experience to be with everybody and just to hang out. And I mean, hang out with people that had been on Crown Chat. Like Nikki had been on Crown Chat. We never met live, but when we met in person, it was like we already knew each other. So it was a great opportunity, um, just to not only compete. I felt the competition nerves or adrenaline, but you didn't feel that like you're my competition. I can't talk to you kind of vibe. It was very positive and interactive and supportive. And I mean, people were helping each other like pin dresses or earrings or whatever. So it wasn't a very cutthroat, mean experience. And that meant a lot to me. Um, so I was really appreciative that I had the experience. For those of y'all that don't know, I was retired last 2022. I was retired. I was done. I was done competing. And then I judged a pageant and met Miss Claudia and actually got to sit and talk with her and Miss Pat and fell in love. And then that started my journey to Pure. And even when I told him, I was like, hey, I'm not retired anymore. And he's like, uh-huh, I knew it. But I think having the experience changed your vibe and mind of pageants. Um, did you pray backstage with the group? Yes. And there were lots of opportunities and moments of prayer. So not only with your age group, just with other age groups or just with other queens. And even, I mean, of course, at meals and events that we did as a huge group. But yes, absolutely. Um, did I get everything? I'm trying to make sure. Anything else you want to say, my love? You're trying to get off camera, aren't you? Oh, snap. Look who's on.
Oh. Hey, Pastor.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Hey, Pastor Damon. So we had a really great time. I think, yeah, no regret, no regrets, no nothing. So what's next for the Miller fam? Okay, like I said, I got back to my room and I was like, no, I'm not competing. Yes, I'm competing. Miss Claudia's like, yep, you're coming back. But then after some prayer, and I had gone to a meeting while I was there about directorship, and then had a talk this week with Miss Pat, and I'm going to be directing for Pure now. So I will be directing for the state of Wisconsin and the state of Illinois. So I have two pageants coming up. I'll post that down in the group below. There are no boundaries with Pure, so you can compete from any state. You can go to any of the nationals and compete to qualify for internationals. But you do have to attend a national pageant to attend or to qualify for internationals. So hopefully some of y'all watching will come check us out. If you're in the Indiana area, I can connect you with Miss Claudia. She's amazing. Her pageant is going to be in Bloomington, January 13th, I believe. For my Wisconsin folks, we are going to be January 27th. And for my Illinois folks, we are going to be December 10th. However, there are no boundaries. So no matter where you live, you can go anywhere. There are heritage titles if you want to represent your country. There are lots of opportunities. I would encourage anyone, whether you're a pageant newbie or pro, to check Pure out. It's, I'm telling you, a life-changing experience. Absolutely life-changing. So that's what is new. I will be completing my reign through, let's see, January. So I will still be your Elite Miss Heartland USA through January until the new queens are crowned. And then am also kind of a co-line as I'm directing. So that's it in a nutshell, right? Anything else? Any tips for husbands?
Just expect anything. I mean, as honestly, just
Yeah. Expect anything. Be prepared to shop for pantyhose. What else have you done for me? Oh, he's the best shapewear puller upper, hands down. Like when you got shapewear you're jumping into, or dresses and zippings, the best. So, yeah, be prepared for that.
that might be a tip. I never got to use it, but what is this zipper stuff?
We got this zipper wax stuff. So some of your like costumes and dresses and stuff that have those little weird zippers, like those little cheap zippers, our seamstress gave us this stuff called zipper wax, and it helps like you wax the things and it's awesome. Yeah, have zipper wax for sure. And then shout out to I almost forgot Sherry Klepfer and Kim Bouchon for designing my national costume, the Indy 500 costume. That was awesome. And then shout out to you for my headpiece for that. So I don't know if y'all saw. I'll post pictures, but I had a like checkerboard head headpiece thing, and it lit up, and then it had cars on it, and it was like a headband thing. And I had the idea, and he actually helped construct it with some bolts and screws and
yeah, bolts, screws, washers, just
to make sure it was secure to my head and didn't fall off. So yeah, you do costume design, you do everything: costume, security, shapewear, puller upper, zipper. I'm gonna get you a title, Mr. Muller.
That's okay. That's okay.
So yeah, that's kind of our what happened at internationals. I know it's kind of like and I may have had some of my events out of order. I like wrote them down, and I think like they changed some of the dates, but you get the gist of it. It all happened. There was an event every night. We did have downtime, which was amazing. We did have time to interact and just be and relax and eat and hang out together and fellowship, which was huge. And then this year is going to be in Gatlinburg. I mean, the home of Dollywood. I'm excited. I'm excited. So June, we're going to Dollywood, y'all. And if you want info about entering and all that good stuff, please reach out to me. Happy to get you connected. Happy to get you set up so that you can have your international journey and meet some of the most amazing, amazing women and men in your life. There was, I forgot some stuff. There was like an amazing boutique where you could buy pure swag. Like I got my little pure cup. There was jewelry. There were jewelry vendors. There was so much going on in addition to the mall and the activity and just everything. So it was a great experience. I feel good about it. You said you feel good about it. We're going back in June. So thank y'all for tuning in to Crown Chat with Nichelle. I am still booking for August and September. So if you are a title holder, director, pageant pro, interested in being featured, please reach out to me. I'd love to have you on here and let's highlight what you're doing and your journey. Thank y'all for tuning in. My next episode is actually next Monday. We're going to have a double feature next week. We have a Monday and a Wednesday episode. So make sure to tune in for those and keep watching and never, ever let anybody dull your sparkle because they can't handle your shine. Thanks for tuning in, y'all. Have a good night. Are you saying bye?
bye.